There's the last one. And there it is. Okay. Everything should be pretty much live. Oh, we're still waiting for this one. Ah, it says I'm live. Hey, I begin again. This is going to be a quick one to tell you about what is going on. I like to be transparent in most things, and the thing I'm focused on at the moment is how do I move my life forward? The reality is I've been an entrepreneur for better part of 30 years, and one of the things I really haven't done a very good job with, and let me see if I can bring this up, is kind of taking care of my own house. Always felt like it was more important to make sure that employees got paid and those things than taking care of myself. And consequently, I had developed a really poor credit score. So I couldn't do anything anytime I went. And so finally, about 3 years ago, I signed up for something called Credit Karma so I could monitor my credit. And I monitored it, and it just made me frustrated because it was horrible. No matter what I did, it seemed to get worse. And there were things that just kept coming back up on it. Well, I checked it a couple of days ago, and to my surprise, this is what it is. I actually have no credit score at the moment. Nothing pops up. If I were to look a little bit further, there is only actually one inquiry which pops up on my credit score. And that's pretty good. That was something I think I tried to apply for some credit through Amazon a couple of years ago. And, well, you can guess what? It was denied. And if we were to dig in just one bit deeper, well, there's actually no accounts on there. Though I've been operating a business for, forever and a day, there are no actual things on there. I've paid my bills. For I guess about 4 years, I was living in a house and we were paying $2,500 a month in rent, and not one single time were we late in our rent. But because it was through a private individual, it wasn't something that got reported to credit. I don't owe anybody any money. My business doesn't necessarily, it doesn't really have credit, though we have accounts with vendors, which we paid religiously. We have utilities, which got paid religiously. So now I got to figure out what I can do to build my credit from ground zero, nothing there. And I figured out that I'm going to share it. I'm going to talk about what am I doing every single solitary day to try to build my credit back up. Not back up, because it's not really down. It doesn't exist. It took a long time for some things to go away which were there, which were blemishes. But now I'm back at ground zero. I begin again. Almost like when I was 17 and I got that first Sears and Roebuck credit card. That was a big moment for me. And I abused the privilege, and I abused some other cards along the way. And so I didn't deserve to have credit. I used them to build businesses and to do things, but I wasn't very good. And so I wasn't a good bet. But now I am a good bet. And I have some things I want to do, and they require I have credit. So now I got to go about that process of building it. Where do I start? I'm not really sure. One thing I know is I have a little bit of money that I can cut out of my budget or move around in my budget, because I drink about 3 beers a day, and so that's just over $30 because I drink IPA, so not the cheap Coors or whatever. And so if I cut it down to from 3 beers a day to 1 beer a day, That's about $20 a week, or as I figure it, if I round it up a little bit, it's about $100 a month that I can dump into something which will report credit. But what reports credit? Do I get one of those secured credit cards and take, $200 a month and spend, use and put my gas on it for the month and pay it off? But I'm not sure if spending and paying off each month gives me a great credit score. So do I then keep half of it on there? So put, a full month's worth on, pay half of it, and then keep doing that and paying off, the whole amount each month, but so that there ends up being $100 balance that gets carried over and I'm paying a little bit of interest on that $100. I don't really know. One of the things I might do is to create opportunities where I can talk to some people who know about how to do this, how to build maximum credit in the shortest period of time from a bootstrap situation, and share it here. Create, some online, some podcasts, some live shows, some. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. All I know is I'm going to do it. This right here, I am sharing on my personal Facebook page, but it's not where I plan to do these things going forward. I plan to do it on my personal YouTube channel, so Dewey Evans on YouTube, which has videos going back a long time. And I'm going to do it on the @Dwayne Edward Evans Facebook page. It's Dewey Evans, but how you would find it, I believe, is @Dwayne Edward Evans on Facebook. So those will be the two places where I share this. And I'm going to be doing it live, because doing recorded, produced videos take time that I don't have, because I'm trying to build a business and run really hard and I got lots of work ahead of me. But I can have a setup that I just turn on, hit record, or hit go live, and take the 5 minutes, 10 minutes to tell you about what I'm doing. If you have any suggestions on what I should do, please put it in the comments. I would love to talk to people offline. I particularly would love to talk to anybody who's willing to come on a live broadcast and talk about this. It is something which is super important to me. I don't have a lot of extra. This year there's several things going on. In another month and a butt, my middle daughter's graduating from high school, so I have that to deal with. My oldest daughter, sometime this summer, early fall, is getting married, so I have that to deal with. My youngest plays tennis, and that's an expensive sport, so I have that to deal with. And I'm trying to build a business where I want a recording studio. I want to be in a commercial space where I can set up and actually have a real broadcast environment. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to have a team, to collaborate with other individuals in order to build something of value. But there we are in that catch-22, because in order to do it, I need to have credit. So I've got to do all of these things, which I'm trying to do, and I've got to build the credit which will enable me to leverage whatever bit of success I have to be able to do more. Because I can't just bootstrap it. Bootstrapping it isn't going to get me from where I want to go at 57 years old to where I want to be at 60 years old. So, going to share it with you. Thanks. I haven't been monitoring any of this right now. If you are on here and you've been making comments, thank you. I will figure out how I can monitor it also. That's what I got for today. I appreciate your time. Time is the most valuable thing we have. So if you shared any of it with me just now to find out what it is I'm trying to do, what I mean when I say I'm going to begin again, I greatly appreciate that you did that. Thanks. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. My hope is to do this every day for the next several weeks while I get it going by making sure that I go live every day. That's going to hold me accountable to doing something so that I'm not just coming on here and saying, well, I didn't do anything today, so why would you want to come on and spend the time with me? That's what I got. I talked to all y'all soon. Thanks. I'm going to shut these things down one at a time. I'm not even sure how to shut them down, but we'll start here. See ya. Bye.